Next up is Ed. After Ed, David. Ed, welcome.
Kiitos. Wait till I talk first. So there's been a lot of discussion about the idea of repositories all over the place. So there's actually a solution out there in the open source community. The Plone open source community has something called the Collective. And so I'm proposing something called Market Square. And so Market Square would essentially be a home for any repository that any member of the community wants to put into a central organization. So Market Square is actually an organization on GitHub. And so first question, and this is actually, I like this part the best. The most exciting question is, why the name Market Square? Here you go. I'm going to try it again. Torilla Tabataan. So, for anyone who's Finnish, they all know that term. But what this translates to is, let's meet at Market Square. There's this very beautiful square. It's the one right over here, right by the sea pool, correct? There's a beautiful square over here in town of Helsinki, where if anything really exciting happens related to Finland or some sort of news about Finland makes it out into the world, everyone comes out and celebrates. I've seen several videos people have shared about when the Finnish hockey team won the world championship recently. Everybody comes out and celebrates. So it's kind of like for those in the U.S., it's the Super Bowl or something like that, winning the Super Bowl, the World Series and that. So everybody comes out to Market Square. And so I thought this was a perfect name for that. It's the Market Square. Come on out to Market Square. Let's meet at the Market Square. So why? I was thinking there's three main things. One is, first one is kind of visible, making projects visible and central. There's actually, someone mentioned to me, and I had seen this before and forgot about it and then seen it again. There's a list out there. Somebody's got a GitHub project called, I think, Awesome Robot Framework. Awesome Robot Framework, which is a list of repositories out there. But the idea is to bring it out, make it visible and central. The second thing is for team building. If you're looking for people to help you on a project, team building, and also kind of the opposite of that is to make sure we don't overlap. So we don't have 10 libraries that tell you how to use Robot Framework to make ice cream, which actually would not be a bad problem. I wouldn't mind that one. And then the last one, which is kind of actually, I think, pretty important, is to kind of provide a spot for and talk about the idea of a maintenance plan. I'll throw up my own library. So I'm the author and maintainer of the Angular library. And I maintain that because I use that every day at my work. But let's say all of a sudden my work changes over to React. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't do Angular every day. I won't notice that it's broken for whatever reason because Angular goes to 6 to 7 to 8, And so I might just slowly drift away from that project. So having projects out in a community area that's community owned, kind of parts to that is, as a community, do we make an agreement that when you bring in projects, is this then, if it's abandoned and we make an effort out to reach out to you and we can't get a hold of you, that then we can say, well, this project can be maintained by somebody else. Or it's an easy way to hand off a project saying, I don't do Angular anymore, I'm over doing React. Would you like to do this project? So it's kind of that central area to bring things together. How does it work? So if you notice on the top here, there's a link. This is, those who are familiar with GitHub kind of know this. GitHub has pages for you on the page. So this is a GitHub page. There's some basic information here. How to join the organization. Basically, you're opening a ticket. If you ever need any questions, you can click here, which opens a ticket. If you have any other issues, open a ticket. It basically uses the ticket system over in the main Market Square repository under Market Square. So anything you come in here, you can come in, put in a ticket. This is everybody out at the Market Square. This is I think, I don't know where the copyright on here. I think I put the copyright on it. Yes, the Finnish Ministry for Foreign Affairs made a bunch of icons, so that was where that one comes from. But there's also on here in the very bottom an FAQ that I started. So looking for people to join. You can join as just a community member. The last part about this is I do not want to be the king of this. This is really clear. I'm not the king. What my plan is to shepherd this idea out into the community. We're looking for people who want to be maintainers. And maintainers are not going to be a ruling class. They're not going to be the boss. Basically, maintainers are just the idea of people who are going to help others in the community. And it's kind of a shared repository. So that is my proposal for Market Square. So, oh no, I got to look at it. Oh no. Torilla Tavataan. I got to do Tori.
Questions?
This ain't a question, but I don't think that this is just an awesome idea. So thanks, Ed. I hope that it goes forward well.
If you're a library owner and want to talk about it, you can talk to me directly, you can email me, or you can open up a ticket, which is probably the best way to do it. Is let's just start right off, open up a ticket. So.
And
Sprints tomorrow. I was actually, if I'm not doing anything, I was planning on moving my repositories in here. So.
Excellent. Torilla tavataan. Thank you, Ed. Next up is David, and after David, we have Honia. Welcome, David.